We're live. Okay, good afternoon. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2015, 4:30 in the afternoon, and we shall begin our City Council meeting. May I please have a roll call?
Ron Rensing.
Here.
Randy Funker.
Here.
Brad Hint.
Here.
Greg Giels.
Here.
Zach Sawyer.
Here.
Any public comments? There are none. Second on the agenda, consent agenda. Any questions or comments?
So moved. Support.
Thank you. And I'll have a roll call, please.
Funkert.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Giels.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Thank you. Number 3 on our agenda is the public hearing, but due to an error that was found in the public safety expenses, the budget amendment publication was incorrect. Therefore, we will not be having a public hearing today. And instead, we would like to set the date and time for the public hearing to be rescheduled June 3rd, 2015 at our 12 o'clock noon meeting. So I'd like to have a motion to approve that date and time for the public hearing.
Move. Support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Hint.
Aye.
Giels.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
And let's see, next on our agenda, number 4, Kurt Straub. Come on up. You're the batter up.
Hey guys.
Hello.
And girls.
And gals, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. I just wanted to quickly go through. We're currently in the process of doing a lot of on-site visits with our business community here. You know, last time when I reported, I kind of gave you a recap on the backside of what that information was that we gathered and how we fit it into an annual report. So currently, it's a 7-page questionnaire. It's called the synchronous interview. We get into our major employers here to town just to see, you know, how's the economic impact here locally, what's impacting you positively, and more importantly, what may be impacting you negatively. If you recall, last year, the biggest 2 things were lack of skilled workforce and available housing and rental units. Those are the top 2 things that came to the surface last year. With the business conducted to this point, now this has not been put into an official newsletter or annual report yet, but the overall climate here still is very good for Sheldon, for our large employers. The current infrastructure, you know, the water, sewer, natural gas, electric, telecom services, internet access, internet speed, all meets, you know, the standards necessary for our local employers to succeed. So the infrastructure is good. That's always good to hear from some of our larger employers here. Take a guess what the top 2 concerns are again entering this year.
Housing.
Housing.
Workforce.
And workforce. Workforce is the number 1. Housing is a close number 2. Again, we need the people to fill the jobs. We have the jobs here. The jobs are here. We need to figure out a way to get the workforce here to Sheldon to be able to fill those jobs. Now, it may seem like this is just a Sheldon deal. It's not. It's absolutely not here just in Sheldon. This ranges all the way across the state of Iowa. It also ranges into our Midwestern states of, you know, South Dakota, Minnesota, all dealing with the exact same issues that we're dealing with here locally. I was just at a conference a couple weeks ago down in Des Moines for economic development, and the top 2 talking points at that conference were workforce, how to attract skilled workforce to your area, and housing. What incentives can we promote locally? What can we do to encourage housing development here? So the state has actually, Home Base Iowa, I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with the state incentive the governor just put into place about 3 months ago called Home Base Iowa. It's just an incentive that he has created in an effort to attract workforce to the state. It's attracting retired veterans. I think the stat is there's going to be 15,000 retiring veterans here the next year that are going to be going out into the workforce. The purpose behind the Home Base Iowa initiative is how can we get those retired veterans to move back to the state to fill jobs here in the state of Iowa, but more importantly for us as a region, how can we get them to come here to Sheldon and fill some of the jobs that we have here locally? So while we made huge strides in our, you know, creating housing, additional housing in 2014, we had the 24 units that we started. Obviously, housing is still a huge need for our community. We've kind of established a price point of the $150,000 to $199,000 gap for affordable housing that seems to fit for our community. So we're going to continue to explore options on how to get houses built. But the other side of the coin is we also need additional rental units here for our community as well, for people that want to rent instead of buy. Our SCDC board has made housing a high priority. It's been a topic of discussion for us to fill the needs for our community. I stress this is not just Sheldon. This is an Iowa situation, and even farther out than that. So, but by us addressing these barriers is going to continue to expand the stability and growth here locally for our businesses and just for our community in general. So, in saying that, I want to promote Sheldon Crossing a second. I handed out your brochures that we developed. I want everybody aware there is currently a $5,000 rebate out there for those lots for the sale. That $5,000 rebate is off the actual cost of the lot at closing. So if a lot is listed at $25,000, you're actually going to pay $20,000. So we really strongly encourage anybody who's interested to take a peek at our brochure. Call our office. We can definitely brochure in your hands. If you have questions, let us know, and we can help you out with that as well. So, and finally, our SCDC board, again, is very committed to our local employers, to our housing initiatives, to our lack of skilled workforce initiatives. We continue to go on site with our local board meetings to make sure we get into the doors of our local employers to say, hey, let us know as a board what's going on, how we can address it, how we can fix it. But more importantly, it gives an opportunity for our board members to get engaged to our local industry, local manufacturing, local employers, to see what they actually do, because it's very important. So, unless anybody has any questions, that's kind of an update on where we're at on some of the economic impacts in the area. So, okay.
Thank you, Kurt.
Yep.
Thanks, Kurt.
Jake Kerr, you are up. Thank you.
Even though the weather is cold, we will be having summer rec June 1, even though it may not seem like that, and it's coming up. With that, we have some new programs and events coming up for our summer rec. If you look in one of your brochures that I have for you, the 2015 Sheldon Summer Recreation Register one. One of our new programs that we have this year is boys basketball. We got rid of flag football due to low attendance, and we thought, since this is Northwest Iowa and we do love our basketball, that we try something new to get more kids involved. So that's one of the reasons we did that switch. And another, we have 2 events this year that are free. That's the punt, pass, and kick, as well as the hit, pitch, and run. These free events are great for our youth. If you have a 3rd grader or anybody in those ages that maybe aren't in softball or baseball, and they want to try this free event, and they all of a sudden start loving it, and then they can go tell their parents, hey, maybe I want to do softball or baseball next year. So we're always trying to encourage kids to participate in our youth programs, and we feel like this would be a great addition for that.
Awesome.
And then also on one of your packets, we have some new adult league going on this year. We were just looking over on how many adult leagues we have for women. It didn't seem like we had enough, so we want to try something new this year. And I have a 4-on-4 women's volleyball league, so women can get together and participate in sports. We felt like that was a need necessary for our adult programs. And then also with that, this summer we're planning on having our first annual Sheldon Recreation Soccer Classic. The need is definitely there. We had our men's league filled this year. We had 11 teams, and we basically had 3 others that we had to put off because of time, so we couldn't add them. So we know the demand's there. Our goal for this is to get a profit, and also with that, it's to keep expanding it. So with that profit, we'll buy new goals and keep making this bigger. And we want to do this so more people from out of town or around town come to Sheldon, see what our new facilities have, and bring business here. So that's our main goals for that summer classic. So awesome. And then also with that, with the warmer weather coming, we have our pool. We're getting that prepped right now. And you'll see as well as the packet, it has the Sheldon Outdoor Aquatic events. I won't go through them all, but you can see some of the events that we're trying to bring so more people are involved at coming to our pool and having reasons to come to our pool and checking out all these activities that we have. we're hoping that more people will start coming to our pool and enjoying all the great amenities that we have there. So, and I'm guessing the question probably will be when are we going to open the pool? Our set date is set for Tuesday, May 26th, with weather permitting. So,
It's going to be 90 on Tuesday.
Yep.
the big question. With that, is there any other questions or?
How close are you to using the fields, the new fields?
Add?
Big thing we probably actually our soccer tournament
Yeah,
this
that's
summer.
what I'm
That's
wondering.
probably one of the main first large events that we hope to actually
Okay.
host out there. The grass and stuff is really starting to come along.
Yeah, it's
The
amazing.
weeds are coming faster than the grass itself, but we've been working with MLS and stuff as far as what we need to do there to get the weeds sprayed and stuff. So, and hopefully in the very near future, the fencing should be done. It was supposed to be done a long time ago already. So the superintendent is kind of working on them to get that wrapped up. But irrigation system, the concession stand, and all that is basically up and operating and good to go. So.
And we have a backup plan for that too. If we can't use that facility, we'll go south of the high school too. So.
Just one thing I want to follow up with, and didn't talk to Jake about this. We just recently met with Northwest Iowa Community College in regards to our joint and shared position. On an annual basis, we meet with the college, basically discuss kind of the pros and cons and how that position's working. Just want to let you know that both sides are very satisfied with how it's working. It seems to be working very well. Jake's doing a great job working with Greta out at the LLRC as far as coordinating the position. Who needs to use Josh when, certain hours. He certainly works more at the rec center in the winter. We obviously are now utilizing him as much as possible we can for the summer months with all of our programming and getting the pool ready. So both sides are certainly very satisfied with how that position's been working out. So,
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
thanks, Shane.
And number 6 on our agenda, we will have our first reading of ordinance on the water and sewer rates. And I think it'll be better explained through the handout we've been given. Want to share a little bit of that?
Yeah, Pat actually put together in the office a separate little handout because I know in the past there's been questions trying to where are we at compared to what it looks like. So you see the 14-15 rates, that's currently what the rates are as of today. And with the proposed rates, we have a 2% water increase and 4% for sewer. So basically overall, your minimum bill is going to go up 3%. Then you see the adjusted rate for the 15-16 year. This is something we incorporated as part of our budget. So contingent upon the readings would be our anticipation starting this July 1st, 2015. So unless anybody has any specific questions about that. And
I'll move
to the second.
it to the second,
Thank you.
unless we want to just waive them all. Let's move it to the second and then see.
We'll see. Yep,
They're
good
giving
idea.
people ample time to,
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
want to comment,
Disclosure,
they
absolutely.
can.
Transparency, that's right.
although we have discussed it.
Absolutely. You can see how excited they are about it.
Do we have a second? Thank you. Any questions or comments? And a roll call, please, on moving it to a second reading.
Hint.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Keels.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Bunker.
Aye.
Thank you. And last, any comments?
I will not be here Wednesday the 3rd.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know.
Are
Anybody?
we in the process of looking at some type of security system at the city park with the vandalisms and the fires and at the shelter houses?
yeah, Todd, do you want to share from the
Either that or
recent Park and
if
Rec
it-
Board meeting?
I would say if it continues, leave them locked up.
Basically, in a nutshell, I mean, this has been a topic, off and on for the last probably few years as far as security cameras, additional measures that we can take. Todd's been working with some folks and getting some price quotes. The Park and Recreation Board just recently met and talked about getting some quotes together, taking a look at different areas, what can be done as far as signage. The big issue, the gap we always have is in the springtime of the year. The parks aren't as busy. Hills Park Campground doesn't have campers in it, where we actually see once the park is utilized a little bit more, some of that actually goes away. But
Can you, I guess, excuse my naivety, but what's been going on? I haven't heard.
Vandalism, stuff in the toilets.
Todd, you want to share kind of?
Most of it is simple stuff. I mean, they've been attempting to flood bathrooms, they've been breaking fixtures off the wall. Did recently have somebody start a fire in the shelter house at City Park. Started a fire in the trash can. Fortunately, all it did is the trash can. It didn't actually start the side of the fire. A little bit of graffiti and busting of benches and that kind of sort of thing. It does seem to go in phases. There are times we have a fair amount of this, and there are times we don't have any. We did, at the park board level, talk about cameras last year. Then things slowed down and it seemed to be better, so we decided, geez, we really want to spend $1,000 on security cameras. And we didn't feel like it's a great use of money, but we got to stop it somehow. Police department's been notified. They're doing extra drive-throughs to the park, but I don't know. It's hard to be everywhere all the time.
Right.
I do have on my desk for multiple cameras at City Park, Hills Park. I actually included the tree dump area and also the leaf dump area because we seem to have several people that think those sites are not only for trees and grass, but also for couches and TVs,
Computers.
appliances, and names. And it's not just Sheldon people either, because we've done some garbage taking and finding out-of-town addresses. So to answer your question, Brad, yes, we're working on it. One thing that I'm potentially working on is getting the cameras, but then getting the information somewhere to feed it. Some of that might require some internet services. And last discussion I had is by the time we get all this done, we may actually be able to offer Wi-Fi services in the Hills Park as
Nice.
part of the service.
So it might come out to be a plus. I don't know.
So something should be done in the near future.
Thank you. Any other comments?
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet service actually been talked about at Hills Park
Yeah,
and
at
stuff.
Hills
There's
Park
something out
and
there
the
for a while.
public, yeah.
That'd be good. Any comments this way? Scott, do you have
I
anything?
have nothing else. So.
Okay, I do not either. So just a reminder, our next meeting is June 3rd at 12 o'clock noon. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Fencing.
Aye.
Bunker.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Kent.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned. Did you see this thing? Did you go the whole time?